Every day I talk about the news, literally every day. But today there's not much on the news to talk about. Well, yes, there's always something, isn't there? But it's always negative. But today we're not going to talk about what's going on in the world. We're going to talk about what's going on inside your world. In other words, we're going to talk about a thing called anxiety. Now, everyone feels some sort of level of anxiety. And if you don't know what anxiety is, it's stress and worry and concern. It's when you're thinking about the past and worrying about the future. It puts you in a state of fear. The word fear is just another word for anxiety. And in this video, you're going to learn the top 10, and these work, the top 10 things that you can do to literally stop anxiety. And you're going to find that out right now.
Analyzing the news.
So how do we stop worrying about the past and the future and get rid of anxiety forever? Well, let's have a look. Anxiety can feel like your mind is stuck in a loop. You keep thinking about things that have already happened or worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. That's anxiety. And this can leave you feeling tired or stressed or even afraid of things that are completely out of your control. But the good news is that there are things that you can do to feel a little bit better. And here are 10 simple steps that can help you to stop worrying and start living a more calm, effective, productive, positive, passionate life. Right, so let's break it down. So the first thing you need to do, and this is step number one or tip number one, is to focus on what it is that you can control. You see, one of the biggest causes of anxiety is worrying about things that we can't change. That's what creates the anxiety. We're in a state of panic. We can't change it. So we feel like we're not in a state of control, which creates fear. Now we're feeling the emotion called anxiety. So remember, focus on what you can control and not the other way around. It's important to remember that the past is literally over and the future hasn't come yet. But you can choose what you want to do right now. Remember that. You can choose what you want to do right now. So focus on your actions today and what you can fix, change, or improve. An example could be, you could ask yourself, can I do something about it right now? So whatever the problem is, can I do anything about it? If the answer is yes, okay, then do it. If the answer is no, then let it go. You can't do anything about it. Stop trying to change things that you can't change. Stop trying to control things you can't control. You have to let go. Another important thing, which is important, very important to remember, is tip number 2, which is practice deep breathing. Because when you feel anxious, your body gets all tense and your heart may feel that it beats faster. You may feel shaky or dizzy because your body will respond to the thoughts that you have in your brain. That's why someone who's not very confident will make themselves small. However, someone who is very confident will make themselves tall. Now, one quick way to calm yourself is to breathe slowly and deeply. Because this puts you back into the present moment. And in the present moment, there is no anxiety because no problems exist. You see, they always exist in the future, but never the present. You should try this. In fact, try this. Try to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, then breathe out for 6 seconds. Let me repeat that. Breathe in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. And then breathe out for 6 seconds. What that does, it calms your brain down. And that's where anxiety is. It's in the brain, or should I say the mind. Now you should repeat this 4 to 5 times. And trust me, try it. It'll calm your anxiety down straight away. In fact, it'll probably just go because you focus your attention on something else and you'll start to feel calmer in less than 1 minute, guarantee. Don't believe me? Go and do it now. Watch. So here's step number 3, or lesson number 3. Write it down. Sometimes thoughts feel bigger in our heads than they actually are. And we kind of know this, don't we? We can worry ourselves, think we're making a mountain out of a molehill. We make it bigger than it is. So you should grab a pen or open a note app on your phone, write down what you're worried about, because once it's on paper, it feels more real. And because it feels more real, it becomes easier to manage. You see, this helps your brain let go of thoughts. You might even notice patterns and things that come up again and again that give you the power to face them, because now you're becoming aware of them. It's like a ghost. People are scared of ghosts, but if you see the ghost, then you're not really scared of it because now you can see it. There's the missus. What are you looking at there?
There's steam coming off that.
Oh yeah? Was it a tractor?
Ollie!
Harley, come here.
Ollie! Ollie!
Number 4 is stay in the present moment. Most of us worry about our lives in the past or the future. We replay old mistakes, or we might imagine things going wrong tomorrow, but peace only lives in the present moment, in the now. Now you see, you can train your brain to stay present, and it's not that hard. All you need to do is to try and focus on your 5 senses. What you can see, hear, smell, feel, taste right now. You can also try short meditations, even just for 2 minutes. This will dramatically improve it, your state, and it'll put you straight back in the present again. Remember, all problems exist in the mind, and the mind is either looking into the future or thinking about the past, and that's where the anxiety is. So if you just stop and think, wait a minute, what's going on right now? Am I okay right now? And the truth is, yeah, of course you are, you're fine. But we find that difficult to do because we don't cement ourselves in the present moment. So this is what you've got to be aware of. Practice this stuff, it works. Because this teaches your mind to slow down and be here and not somewhere else. The next one is number 5, which is move your body like I'm doing now. Emotion is motion. The more you move, the better you feel. That's why when people go to the gym, they always feel really good. When people are happy, what do they tend to do? They dance. So if you're feeling low or stressed or full of anxiety, why don't you just dance? Because technically, you'll feel better. You see, exercise is one of the best ways to beat anxiety. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't need any fancy clothes. Just take a walk, like I'm doing now, just walking the dog. Just take a walk, stretch, and dance in your room. You don't even need music. And the reason it works is because when you move your body, your brain releases a feel-good chemical. Except when I say chemical, it's more plural, it's chemicals, because there's plenty of them. And these help clear your mind and reduce stress. Even 10 minutes a day will make a massive difference. I've just got back home now and the dog's, let's just say he's tired. Well, he has been out for at at least an hour walk. But to be honest, it's done him good, but it's done me good as well, because now I feel more relaxed. Okay, so let's look at number 6 then, which is set boundaries with social media. Now, this is a big one because social media can make anxiety worse, and it does. If you're watching TikTok and Instagram all the time, constantly, just think what that's doing to your brain. It ain't good, mate. It really isn't. You have to separate yourself, create a separation, a distance, and don't focus all your attention on what other people are doing, because it ain't good. It really isn't. Your brain's not made for that. It's your brain's not a computer, by the way. It doesn't need this constant stimulation from all these lights that are being fed to you through social media. So you have to step away from it. Give yourself a break. Come on. Go out for a walk in nature and listen to the birds sing. And some people think, well, that's boring. I don't want to do that. But the thing is, that's nature. And you are from nature. And it's within your nature to be around nature. It's like a riddle, that, isn't it? But it's true. Set boundaries. Number 7 to stop anxiety is to talk to someone that you trust. If you keep anxiety in, then what you're doing is suppressing your emotions, your thoughts, and your feelings. The opposite of suppression is expression, but the opposite of expression is suppression. Suppression leads to disintegration, leads to disease, leads to depression. It's all very low vibrational, right? You have to let it out, because if you don't let it out, it's going to go in. We want to let it out. That's what anxiety is. It's not being able to breathe. And when I say breathe, emotionally, mentally, breathe. You have to talk about it. So number 7 would be talk to someone that you really trust. Number 8 is create a daily routine, because anxiety loves chaos. It really does. And it loves confusion. So one of the best ways to fight it is to build a structure. Create a simple routine within your day. It's like when people are in prison. Do you know what they do? They have routine, because if they don't, they'll go mental. You have to have routine. Create one. And if you've got routine and you still suffer with anxiety, create a stronger one. An example of this could be, right, I'm going to get up at this time in the morning without exception. And then as soon as I get up, I'm going to have my breakfast at this time. As soon as I've had my breakfast, I'm going to go for a walk, even if it rains. You've got to have a structural day. So then your brain, your well-being knows what's coming. So then the truth is, you haven't got time to be depressed or full of anxiety, because you've got too much going on. It's a very structured, positive outlook. You've basically got a plan. You've got things to do. You got to remember, depression takes energy, and you ain't got the energy if you've got structure. So that's a good tip to remember. Create a daily routine. Another one, which is pretty obvious, but people don't do this, is number 9, which is be kind to yourself. Many of us are too hard on ourselves, and we beat ourselves up over the things that we've done in the past. We judge ourselves, and we think people think a certain way about us, but that's not what they think. That's what we think. So it's that saying, oh, I care what people think about me. But you don't know what they think. That's you thinking that for them. So what you should do, what we should do to stop anxiety, is be kind to yourself. And how do you do that? Just that internal dialogue that keeps looping itself in your conscious mind and unconscious. Change it. Instead of beating yourself up, lift yourself up. It's easy, isn't it? And number 10 is the last one, is get a good night's sleep, because when you're tired, everything feels worse. You can't think straight. And remember, anxiety comes from the mind, where all the thinking happens. And lack of sleep creates anxiety and makes it louder and harder to manage. So try to sleep at least 7 to 9 hours a day or a night, unless you're doing nights. But yeah, that's how long you should be sleeping. And when I say sleeping, I mean proper sleeping, not waking up every 5 bloody minutes. Really sleep, get a good night's sleep. And if you say, well, I can't sleep because I'm not tired. And if you're not tired, you're not doing enough. Do more exercise, go out more, and then your body will be exhausted and you'll be tired. And you say, well, I get tired, my body's exhausted, but I still can't sleep. I said, wonder why that is. And do you know why that is? Because you're thinking too much. You've got too much on your mind. And says, how do you stop that? Again, meditation, control your thoughts. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Instead of focusing on the thoughts and worries and concerns, what you do, draw your attention towards your breath. In other words, think about your breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus your attention on that. And before you know it, boom, you're asleep. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something. And I hope this stops your anxiety. I'm assuring you, is that right? I assure you, it will work if you do the things that were suggested. Let me know in the comments what works best for you. Try all of them and let's hear some feedback, because at the end of the day, this is not just helping you, it's helping other people. And we need to chill out. We need to relax. We need to enjoy ourselves. We're only live once. We're not here forever, right? And the world might be scary and full of things to worry about and be concerned with Tom, Dick, and Harry, but it's irrelevant. It's got nothing to do with you. There's nothing you can do about it, so there's no point worrying about it. You're here to enjoy yourself. This is your life. Enjoy it. Okay, until next time, I'll see you later.